to see you again. How are you going?
Thanks. Yeah, good.
That's good.
Thanks. Yeah. All things considered.
Yeah, so how have you been since the last time I saw you last week? What's been going on?
Still rattling around with the idea of leaving Linda. She's I'm really quite nervous and scared as mentioned last time.
Yeah.
Like, we've been together for some time. I don't know how long, a few years now.
Yeah.
So but it's really not working out as you know. And it's not good. So it's pretty, like, I'm pretty preoccupied with how to exit the relationship, basically.
Okay.
I'm quite exhausted.
Yeah.
And she's just mean, outright mean. I think I'm a decent guy. I think, like, I don't know. I'm starting to doubt who I am as a person because of that relationship. And that's where I'm at, I guess.
So you said you're quite preoccupied. It sounds like it's really consuming for you at the moment. You're kind of operating internally, just thinking a lot about what you're going to do.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know we spoke a lot last week, and there was a lot of kind of confusion, and you had a lot of different thoughts and emotions, and I thought I'd use a particular method just to help us go through and get some more clarity around your decision, if that's okay with you, and just maybe have some new insights.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Sure.
So this is a method by a man called Bono, and it's called the 6-hat process, and it's basically just the idea that each hat represents a different way of looking at a situation, just so we can really look at it from all angles and give you a more clear idea of what you would like to do and what will be best.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So I apply these things to how to exit. Is that right?
Yeah, just the situation in general, and
okay.
you know how you will feel, and we can work through it now. And any questions at all, just feel free to ask, and we can stop at any point. And it's your session, so you're leading it. And this is just a tool to aid us to maybe help us gain a bit more of an idea. So I think we'll start with the red hat, seeing as you're quite confused, and I know you've expressed quite a lot of emotion, just to kind of get the emotions out. So the red hat would represent how you feel about the issue or the problem. So how are you feeling now? What is coming up for you when you consider the relationship and the idea of leaving?
Well, it's lost is a big one. Okay. So trying to regroup with, because we live in a house together. So where do I live? Probably the only stable thing around leaving would be maintaining my job. So I feel secure in that. I'd feel disconnected from funnily, the cat. I've created quite a nice bond with our cat. So I feel like I'm letting that down.
So focusing mainly on feelings. You mentioned lost, disconnected. Is there any other feelings or emotions that come up?
Well, I'm pretty annoyed. At Linda.
Okay.
There's a lot of anger there.
Okay.
She, as said, she keeps picking on me pretty terribly.
Okay.
Making me, I feel like I'm a nobody. So I don't know what type of word to describe that. as far as a feeling.
Maybe nobody, like low self-esteem, worthless kind of feelings?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So we've said, you know, lost, disconnected, angry, worthless. So I suppose it's important
And
to know that.
lonely, the companionship, like
Yeah.
particularly from little Ted.
Yeah.
But it is my little saving grace in that
Okay.
relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of the relationship with you and Linda, I suppose it's important to note at this point that, you know, they are all negative feelings you described. And it's just interesting to kind of, yeah, just take that in and notice. So any other feelings to note, or do you feel that kind of covers it when you
I
think
think
of
so. And lonely, like of course I get a lot of companionship out of Linda as well, so loneliness and anger, and it's really confusing to have those two running.
Yeah.
And scared, they're the big ones.
Okay.
Scared, what do I do?
What do you do? Okay. We'll definitely look more into that when we move through the hats. But I think that's really good insight, and thank you for sharing that with me. You know, it's not always easy to talk about, you know, our feelings, but it's definitely really positive and really powerful to get them out there and to have them reflected to us, so we can really look at ourselves in the mirror and see where we're at in a situation. So we'll move on to the white hat, which kind of represents the facts. So this one here. So I suppose just the facts. So you and Linda lived together. You said you weren't too sure how long you've been together.
Yeah, it would be about 8 to 10 years, around that.
Yeah.
That kind of. So it's substantial.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Absolutely, it's a very substantial amount of time. Yeah. Do you have any children?
No kids, just a cat.
Just Ted.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about mutual friends?
Yeah, we have some mutual friends, so that's also a point of contention.
Okay, right.
So,
Tell me about that.
Who has those friends if we separate? So
Okay.
they're mutual, so we establish those as a couple. Does Linda get them, or do I get them, or yeah?
Is there any reason why you both couldn't have them at separate times?
I guess so. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know about that one. So,
no one's to know, and it's I suppose about weighing up. You know, we can only control ourselves and the environment around us.
Correct.
You know, so it's about caring for yourself first, and then let everything else follow.
I guess so. Yeah. Fair.
Okay. And what about finances? Any joint finances you'd be nervous about, or?
Well, yeah, it's the house. So I've put into the house, and it's that would be difficult, definitely. But I guess we go through the lawyers with that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess so.
So you're aware you do have options, and it's.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
Absolutely not. No. But
yeah, but like I've got a car, Linda's got a car that's pretty simple, like straight down the line.
Yeah.
The house would be the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have anything else.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on to the next one. Don't worry, we do have a hat at the end to summarize all these together. So I suppose it might be beneficial to go with the yellow hat next. Which are the benefits? You know, like what do you benefit from the relationship? Like what's keeping you in it? You know, 8 to 10 years there must be, or I'm not sure. I can't say there must be, but you know, there could possibly be some things in there. That
there's loneliness is a big driving force. Like as mentioned, I don't know how long this bickering and putting me down for has been lasting, but it's some time.
Yeah.
And it's really, it's just, I think I'm at my tether.
Okay.
I can't can't exist like this anymore. So as far as gains, I'm pretty blue
Right.
with that, and it's a pretty negative asset to think loneliness is what I'm staying there for. She's good socially. Like I really enjoy going out with Linda and our friends. Like where it's good fun, but it's more the times behind closed doors.
Yes. Okay. I understand.
Yeah, and I guess financially it's good to be in a partnership and getting through the mortgage of the home together. Like we're getting through it.
Yeah.
So that's a positive, but like so it's hard for me to see the upsides at the moment.
Okay. And do you think the upsides you've mentioned it might be a reason to stay in the relationship, or more?
Well, I think that's what's been keeping me together up until now. So
up until now.
Yeah.
I feel the need to change.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. That's good. Right. Okay. So I think we'll just jump to the black hat now, which I suppose is the cautions. What do we have to consider when making a decision that could potentially be negative or come back on us, or have ill effect?
First thing that comes to mind is I just don't know how Linda's going to respond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a bit more?
I'm shit scared about that. Pardon my French, but yeah, I'm pretty nervous about approaching this the separation.
Right.
Yeah. So that repercussion there, it's very much the black hat portion. I just don't know
Has anything ever happened prior that would make you think that something terrible could happen?
Not overly. It's like her going back to the putting me down stuff. Like I guess she'll probably come back and say, yeah, I knew this wasn't going to last anyway, and making me feel like it's all my fault again. But I mean, that's just what I have to go through to separate from Linda. So it's not going to be an easy task.
No, but it sounds like something you're willing, ready, and able to overcome.
I think it needs to happen.
And the long-term benefit sometimes of the short-term uncomfortable experience.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really good. And then quickly we'll just go through the green hat, which is, I suppose, creativity, and that's just what we were talking about. How would you cope? Think of some creative ways how you'd cope if she was negative or insulting.
Well, in the past, what I've used is Ted. I like the texture of Ted. I like patting him, and I like his companionship.
Okay.
Like that. It's really simple.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. And I think that's that companionship that's going to be lost. So, but I guess in the future I might have to get myself a cat.
That's a great idea, and that was funny enough what I was thinking.
So,
but that's really positive, and
just get a rescue cat from Yaps.
That sounds brilliant and
simple.
Alright, that's great. Thank you for sharing that with me. And finally we'll just go through the blue hat. Does that just happen? So finally we'll just look at the blue hat. So that's just to kind of summarize everything we've talked about, and we covered a lot, and we've covered a lot here today. So just to summarise, I suppose I'd like to hear your ideas about what you're thinking and what kind of conclusions and insights you have now that we've looked at the situation from some different angles.
So I think as a whole there's a lot of stuff, like scary stuff, as well as some pretty positive things to look forward to. So there's pros and cons in the position that I'm in right about now,
Yeah.
So and summing it up, there's some pretty heavy feelings in regards to the separation, but then there's also some pretty good things to look forward to, is like regaining who I am as a person and getting myself a new cat.
Yeah.
So,
that's really positive.
I think there's as a whole, keeping it simple and just I really enjoyed these hats, Kate. So it's a nice reference to go through that process.
And you even look more relaxed and at ease.
Like it's good.
And again, it's something to reflect on over the week, and we can come back to it next week.
Excellent.
And see how you're feeling, see what's changed, and we'll go from there. But thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for your time.
No, my pleasure, and I look forward to meeting with you next week.
Right.
All right, thank you. You have a great week.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.